Hello friends, you are welcome to Anchor Network, where you get updates of things that you really need to know. I appreciate every one of you who has been part of this channel, who has subscribed, and as many that are still contemplating whether to subscribe or not. I will encourage you to do that because I know you are not going to regret it at the end of the day. Please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon is very important because if you don't click the bell icon, you will not be notified anytime we publish any news. And also, I have a gift for everyone or as many that are interested on how to build a website. There is a website link in the description section. Once you open it, there's a video that will teach you on how to build a website from beginning to the end. Thank you very much. So let's go straight to the business of the day. Coalition that fought Biafra in 1967 has collapsed. You can't win any war again, Afenifere warns Northerners. The apex Yoruba sociocultural organizations Afenifere has warned their counterparts in the North, Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, against fanning the flames of war in the country. Afenifere established that ACF's support for setting up settlements for Fulani herdsmen across Nigeria was another way of calling for war. The Yoruba organization was reacting to the latest position of the ACF, where the northern group urged those opposed to the setting up of Fulani herdsmen settlements, popularly called Ruga, across the country to drop their opposition and allow the policy take off. Afenifere, through his spokesman, Yinka Odumakin, told reporters that these people are praying for a war. They want to set Nigeria on fire, ablaze. Let us warn them, loud and clear. The coalition that fought the civil war between 1967 and 1970 has collapsed forever. They should not think that they can go and fight anybody now and win. We know history even in 1967. We know where victory came in that war. They should be careful the way they are going. They should let us live in peace and harmony on the basis of true federalism. But if they think that they can lord it over the rest of the country because they hold temporary power for 4 years, they are playing with fire. There was a country called Soviet Union. There was a country called Czechoslovakia, and there was a country called Yugoslavia. Those countries are no more on the world map today, so they should not let that be the fate of Nigeria. The way they are going, they should be very careful. They are looking for something else, which is not in the interest of the country. To say that they want Ruga settlements implemented all over the country is a declaration of war on the rest of us. The federal government, through its body language, policy, action, has turned sectional, and that is why nothing is happening to these people making this hate speech. What did Nnamdi Kanu do that they charged him for treason? But the government is keeping quiet when a group is using threats against a section of the country because they are protesting against cows destroying their farm crops. Today, unfortunately, the federal government is losing its authority by allowing a group to issue threats against citizens. We are on the road to Kigali. This is just about conquest, domination, land grabbing, and forceful takeover of territory. Go back to history. The entire Hausa land today, Beroni and Ilorin, they never had emirs. There is no town in Hausa land today that the Fulani built. But go everywhere. Go to Zamfara. They have emirs everywhere. How did they do it? They use religion then to take over the territory. Now they want to use cattle to take over the rest of the territory of Nigeria. I think this is really deep. You know, Yinka Odumak is always saying the thing and without fear or favor. He never cares who asks his God. He has that boldness. Likes of fame at Fani Kayode. And now he's telling the northern group that the way you won the civil war in those days, it can be, because a lot of people are now wise. Just like he said that, quoted Nnamdi Kanu, that what did he say? Is it, and before, he had not even said anything before they just tagged him or tagged their group, a terrorist group. And meanwhile, their so-called people, the northern youth or whatever name they call them, that if with the threat they are making, the federal government is not saying anything. Even if they are saying anything, they are not louding it. They are not making it go viral the way this northern group have made or issued threats concerning other region. The simple thing there, we don't want cattle all over the place. If you want your ranching, if you want your settlement, if you want your ruga, be stationed in your place. Other region, other states, they've identify with them that if whatever you want, we can give. This is what we want to give to you. If really you want this your ruga of a thing, but coming to our place is not what we really want. Just like what happened in Imo State. Now the Esme are now begging the host community after committing havoc, after killing their people, after doing all manner of things, and you expect them, to just forgive you. Of course they will forgive you, but what we are saying is that they have taken laws into their hands. But the host community is telling its people that don't take laws into your hands. So how are they going to resolve all those things? And Obunubaki is saying the way you won the 1967 to 1970, if you think that is the mental, if that's still the mentality you have, that it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Thank God for the media. And the media played a very good role. Everybody got to know what happened and what was happening, what the government or what the federal government was about to do. And immediately they condemned it. And it went viral. And I'm sure these are one of the things that even the old governors or governments, they didn't want this internet or phone to come in. Just like people are still quoting David Mark today, that don't give them phone. If you give them phone, that means you are making them to see the world, you are making them to be more exposed. And that is why you see that our educational system today is going down the drain. They don't want us to know what we are supposed to know, because they know that by the time we are more knowledgeable, we will be able to fighting them back in the sense of telling them this is our right, this is what we want you to give to us, because we are giving you the power. Once you give us the power, you need to give us back the power, that dividends of democracy. They don't just want it. And that is why you see that this violence is dominant in the north. Because if somebody who is educated, who is well exposed, nobody can tell you take this gun and go and kill somebody else, and thinking that you are going to get one reward somewhere where you have not even gone to in the first place. And that's why you see out of school children is dominant in that place. You have Siamajiri all over the place, and that's why their mentality is kind of somehow. And the most important thing, and it is their leaders that are really bringing down these people. We know that it cuts across board, but it's more dominance in that area, and they now use those things against the people. As soon as the people get to know that they are right, you will see that all those crimes, all those violence, it will stop in that north. But they don't just want it. The selfishness is all over the place, but it's just that it's more. Like now they will be telling you, oh, they have power, they've been in power right from time immemorial, getting to power or to the leadership position is their birthright. But living a good life is never their birthright, and that is what they use to feed their people. And you see that people their people are living in penury. They are living in abject poverty, not even poverty, abject poverty. That's where they are living. The poverty is cut across, but you can't see other region go, begging the way is rampant in their northern region. So what are their leaders talking about? The other day, Rufai was like, oh, they should count themselves lucky that they pride themselves that when it comes to corruption, that most of the corruption charges, most of the yahoo things happening is not really rampant in their area, but it's rampant in the other region. If not that it is something he's really looking for, because if really he knows history, he would have known that what he was telling his people, because he was trying to tell his people, those are the things they tell their people, and those ones they will just believe it, because their own is that it's just a one-way traffic. Once they tell them this, and that is just, they don't even think through, okay, what this person is telling me, is he telling the truth, or is he saying things out of selfish interest, or what does he have at the back of his mind before saying this thing? But they just want to use it to woo their people, and that's why they feel that the leadership position is their birthright. You say, but when it comes to demographically, they've been able to, they can make policy, they can make decisions. When it comes to politics, they are so powerful. That was the way he used that word. But of what use is that your power when your people are living in penury, when your people are really suffering? You see them all over the place. A lot of IDPs, centers more is much in that area. What are they doing about them? The people that have really left their house because of insecurity, they've not been able to go back, and yet you are priding yourself this and this and that. Who are the people enjoying? It is you guys that are enjoying, the elites in the north. You are enjoying yourself, and you don't want the masses, your people, to see the limelight. So now Odumake has told them that the way you won, or you think that you won the war in 1967, in those times when there was war, that it is not like that this time around. Everybody is aware of what is happening, and that's why everybody, before they say anything, even if that is not what they mean, people try to insinuate. No, these guys, you don't just, you don't take chances, you don't leave any stone unturned when you are dealing with them, because they could be so fast, and if you don't deal with them, or if you don't go in line in that direction with them, they will take you unawares. And that's why everybody, like, whatever policy that this government is trying to bring, everybody wants to look into it thoroughly. And unfortunately, they just have 4 years. Because of these 4 years, that's why they are bragging all over the place. The power is not going to be permanent, because if they believe, unless if they have ulterior motive, and that is why people are really, giving it to them as soon as they are bringing any policy. So guys, that's just my opinion. I would like us to deliberate on what Yinka Odumake has said, that these northerners, they cannot win the war again. The time has really passed. We are in a new era, and everybody is aware of what is happening. Please drop your comments below in the comment section, and let's rub minds together. Thank you very much for always listening. Bye.